Today on Channel 8 News, we will take a look at how a local Manhattan firefighter paid tribute to a New York firefighter who lost his life on 9/11. And coming up, are the roads going to become any safer for our cars?
And after that, we get an up-close look with Miss Rodeo K-State 2017.
Rain has moved out of the area, and we are starting off our Thursday with sunny skies. More coming up later.
This is KKSU-LD, covering Manhattan, Riley County, and the Flint Hills, broadcasting in high definition from Kansas State University. You're watching Channel 8 News.
Welcome to Channel 8 News. I'm Grant Flanders.
And I'm Tyler Waymeyer.
Driving around Manhattan, you could be in for a bumpy ride. Potholes are becoming a more common problem around the city. Is there any relief in sight? Channel 8's Alex Jurgens has more.
Pothole here, pothole there, potholes everywhere. These unexpected holes in the pavement seem to keep popping up every week. So what's causing that to happen? They form by the expansion and contraction of groundwater after the water has entered into the ground underneath the pavement, especially during freeze and thaw cycles in the winter. Plus, city streets have seen increased traffic loads over the years, causing more pressure on already soft spots in the pavement, and even expand some existing holes. However, the city has a master plan.
Well, there's a whole slew of them. I can talk about 2017 routes. For the next 5 years, there's going to be quite a few.
Here on the road, it's like a minefield full of potholes. The city says they'll repave many stretches of road beginning next year with funds from the street maintenance sales tax approved last November. Surely some welcome news for students, residents, and visitors alike.
Well, right now they're pretty bad, so I think there's only way to go is up. I mean, the only way that they can go is better.
One notorious stretch of potholes is along Denison between Anderson and Claflin. Due to construction of Weefald Hall, the city delayed repaving the troubled roadway last summer, instead milling and repairing Manhattan Avenue. The good news? As part of a larger plan with a new underground water line, Denison will be fixed.
We're already going to make a hole for the water line and make a big mess intersection. We're going to just address all the pavement at the same time.
In Manhattan, Alex Jurgens, Channel 8 News.
If you do see a pothole, the City of Manhattan urges you to report it by visiting their website at cityofmhk.com.
This past Friday, the Boys and Girls Club of Manhattan held their 18th annual casino night. This is one of the club's most well-known events, which supports the children who attend the Boys and Girls Club. Each year, over 200 people attend and participate in silent and live auctions and casino games. Some of the sponsors include Cox Communication, Briggs Auto, and Capital Federal Savings Bank. The annual casino night raises an average of $100,000 to $120,000 each year for the club.
We got 3 gals over there at the Heads and Tail Beads table. Raise your hands. They got lots of beads.
We use fundraisers like casino night to ensure that we can still provide services to students throughout the year. So we have lowered fees than what it actually costs us because there's a huge majority of our members, we call them club members, that attend that are receiving free and reduced lunch.
Casino Night Committee, which includes
To learn how you can donate or be a part of the Boys and Girls Club Casino Night next year, please contact Don McCarthy at 785-539-1947.
Engineering students at Kansas State University have figured out how to use chemical reactions to make cars run. Channel 8 reporter Darielle Nixon has more on the story.
At Kansas State University, student engineers have been responsible for many creations that involve both science and technical expertise. The chemical engineering cars, or Chem-E cars, are shoebox-sized cars created by student engineers that are powered and stopped both by a chemical reaction. Engineering students of all levels, freshman through senior, contribute their knowledge of chemical reactions, physics, circuits, and thermodynamics to make these cars run. These students have 3 main cars in development this year: the Chem-E car, the battery car, and the pressure car.
This car builds up pressure through a reaction and produces CO2 gas. This pressure is built up inside steel cylinders and then is released And when that pressure is released, it goes through this tubing and pushes a piston out, which then drives the vehicle forward.
When working with these cars, it is important for students to stay safe. To ensure safety, student engineers wear a lab coat, gloves, and safety goggles for protection. And these are just some of the precautions taken. They also include always wearing long pants and closed-toed shoes.
One of the chemicals we're working with is ammonium nitrate. It can be explosive in certain environments, but in the environments we run, it's not, so it's no danger to us, but we still do need to be safe.
A lot of work are put into these cars, some of which have been in development for over 3 years. But the engineering students' hard work on these cars has paid off, with multiple cars qualifying for both regional and national competitions. In Manhattan, I'm Dario Nixon, Channel 8 News.
The Chem-E car team traveled to regionals in Tulsa this past weekend, with their battery car placing second in poster competition and their pressure car placing fourth in distance. Stay tuned to get an exclusive live look at Washington Post editor Martin Barron, who was also portrayed in a film that won Best Picture in 2015.
And also an interview with the director of Lafine Health Center about how to stay healthy after a recent spring epidemic.
I know a spot that I love full well.
'Tis not in forest, nor yet in dell. Ever it holds me with magic spell.
I think of thee, alma mater.
We'll carry thy banner high. Long, long, may thy colors fly.
Loyal to thee, thy children will swell the cry. Hail, 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 alma mater.
Our impact on the economy is more than just a number. Creating jobs, keeping businesses bustling, and partnering with industry to find solutions. Whether we're inspiring unity through big wins, educating tomorrow's game changers, or developing research that saves lives, our economic impact is just that, impactful. Where does Kansas State University leave a positive imprint? Locally, globally, you.
Here in the studio, we have the director of Lafine Health Center and nurse coordinator, Channel 8 News reporter Erica Young is with them right now. Erica?
Thanks, Tyler. All right, so we are here with Jim, who is the director of Lafine, and Jean, who is the nursing coordinator. How are you guys doing today?
Great. Thanks for letting us come.
No problem. So can you guys give me a definition of the mumps?
Sure. Mumps is one of the contagious diseases that many people aren't familiar with. And what it is it is the swelling of the parotid gland, which is one of the salivary glands, like right here below the ear. And it kind of comes from the name that, although classically you see some things with non-specific, like low-grade fever, you don't feel well, loss of appetite. The classic sign is swelling of the parotid gland, which gives someone, looks like a chipmunk, which kind of makes that's why it's mumps. So
Gotcha.
that's the classic sign.
Okay. So how do you exactly get the mumps?
Well, mumps is a viral illness, so it's caused by a virus that we generally find in the saliva of the mouth or in the mucus if you have in the nose or throat if you sneeze or cough. So it's viral, so it means that you can't prevent necessarily all the time, but that's how people are exposed, is by droplets in the saliva or from sneezing or coughing.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you guys get a lot of patients with illnesses. How do you guys stay on top of that? Like, how do you stay in control?
Well, we do the best we can. I think what can be said for Lafine Health Center is we collaborate with a lot of other departments on campus when we have things like this, outbreaks. So we work with Office of Student Life quite a bit. We have been working recently with the Division of Communication and Marketing, as well as I report to Dr. Pat Bosco, and so we keep him informed as well as what's going on at Lafayette. You know, in terms of controlling the situation with mumps, it's not a situation of we do the best we can in communicating how to prevent it. So the common thing I've been sharing recently is, you know, if I could convince a lot of college students to stop sharing drinks, stop sharing food, and if I could somehow convince them to stop kissing,
Gotcha.
that would be probably helpful for this, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do any of those. So we just try to be preventative as best we can, and then deal with our nursing staff and provider staff deal with the situations after. And we've been working also with Kansas Department of Health and Environment as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much. That's all the time we have for today, and I'm going to toss it back to at the desk with Tyler and Grant.
For more information, contact Lafayette at 785-532-6544.
Washington Post editor Martin Barron is here at K-State to present at Forum Hall this morning, and reporter Molly Burt is live at the scene. Molly?
We're here live at the K-State Union at Forum Hall, where Washington Post editor Martin Barron is presenting a Landon lecture. Barron is best known for his instrumental role as former editor of the Boston Globe team that was portrayed in the film Spotlight, which won the 2015 Academy Award for Best Picture. The team, also known as Spotlight, uncovered a massive child abuse scandal within the Catholic Church and won a Pulitzer Prize for their work. In fact, Barron has been a part of teams across the country that have won a total of 11 Pulitzer Prizes. He is now editor at the Washington Post, where he's been for almost 5 years. He leads a team of 740 journalists with a circulation of almost 500,000. He's here at K-State today to talk about his career and current events. Meeting again at 1:30 for journalism students here at the K-State Union in the Big 12 room. That's all we have for now. Back to you, Tyler and Grant.
Thanks, Molly. Be sure to tune in to next week's show to see us follow up with Barron.
Grant, do you think this rain will ever stop?
I sure hope so, because I'm definitely ready for some sunshine. Stay tuned for your weather update from our very own Channel 8 weather anchor, Tucker Love.
Outreach is more than a goal. It's our land-grant mission. We feed and sustain an expanding population and cultivate strong, stable families, growing responsibility and leadership in our youth through a far-reaching network of research, resources, and educators. Whether you're in Kansas or across the globe, every life is worthy of an extended hand. What makes K-State Research and Extension so powerful? Purpose, outreach, you. We may take different paths, but we all move forward, preparing for our future in the same historic library. We meet friends in the bustling student union and experience the exciting atmosphere of campus events. We appreciate individual interests and shared passions. Many different paths, one distinct destination. How does campus life become life experience? Connections, involvement, you. The K-State fabric is woven with a commitment to service, a common thread of experience and expertise, research that makes ambition a reality, student opportunities that foster empowered leaders, an environment that embraces creative collaboration. We look for moments to define ourselves as trailblazers and as advocates for advancement. Why does K-State believe it can achieve a stronger tomorrow? Promise, possibility, you.
Some historic Kansas figures showed up in the quad during K-State Open House last weekend. Members of the Lecompton Reenactors performed a mock town hall meeting twice over the course of the day. People attending Open House stopped to listen as actors portraying figures, including John Brown and Mahala Doyle, shared their stories. Cole Mulch said the reenactment was a fun and important activity for the people to experience.
And today Alan portrayed the abolitionist John Brown Sr., Alan Sherrill. Next to me is Deb.
Mulch said the Lecompton Reenactors have been performing at Open House for multiple years now. For more information about the Lecompton Reenactors, you can visit the City of Lecompton's website on the bottom of your television screen. Every year, K-State holds its annual intercollegiate rodeo, where the new Miss Rodeo K-State receives her title for the upcoming year. 2017 is no different, and Channel 8 reporter Evan Penner has more on this year's Miss Rodeo K-State.
Emily Ebert has been riding and showing horses since the ripe old age of 3. Through various organizations like 4-H and the Eastern Kansas Horsemen's Association, she has cultivated a love of horses, and that passion has paid off. She decided to compete in the Miss Rodeo K-State competition through her friendship with Brooke Wallace, who received the title for 2016. In the end, Emily came out on top of the competition this year. But in this sport, it's not just about the human competitors.
His name is Scanner, and he is a bay paint. I've had Scanner since he was about 8, and so we've been together for a long time now. And we do all kinds of events in the summer. We do like Western pleasure, horsemanship, showmanship.
Scanner's obviously part of the family, and Emily's mom, Julie, explains a little bit more about how central family is to the concept of rodeo.
There's lots of miles and shaking your truck and trailer, and all the support is financial as well. And so we have helped support Emily and just her wanting to do it, helping her study for the competition.
Emily will continue to fulfill her duties throughout the next year as Miss Rodeo K-State, which include making appearances at other rodeos across the state of Kansas, helping with children's programs at libraries and elementary schools, and promoting the whole sport of rodeo. Yeah, there you heard it from the horses, man. In Manhattan, I'm Evan Penner, Channel 8 News.
Emily wants to remind and encourage everyone to attend a rodeo near them if they can in the coming months, and to come see the hard work that the Rodeo Club does here at K-State at next year's rodeo.
We've seen quite a bit of rain over this past week.
Is it time to put away those umbrellas? We go to weather anchor Tucker Love to find out. Tucker?
Thanks, Tyler. We do have a look live at our weather this morning. We are sunny and rainless, so you should be able to put away those umbrellas and those rain jackets as we start our Thursday. Moving on to national weather, we have some rain up in Seattle over on the west coast, but down in Los Angeles we're in the 70s with some partly sunny weather outlooks. Up in New York, we are also rainy. It's similar to what we've been experiencing for the last few days. Moving on to Kansas, across the board, we've got upper 50s to lower 60s. Here in Manhattan, we should top out about 60 this morning or throughout the day. Then again, moving on to our 5-day forecast, our 5-day forecast, we are warming up over the course of this weekend. By Saturday, we're in the mid-70s. You should be able to wear your tank tops or your sandals. Sunday, we're warm again. There is a chance of rain, so we might need to pull out those umbrellas and rain jackets again, but hopefully we'll be able to stay dry. Back to you at the desk, Tyler and Grant.
Springtime means spring football. Stay tuned to take a look at what Bill Snyder has to say about the upcoming season.
And stay tuned to find out whether or not K-State men's basketball coach Bruce Weber will be returning for his 6th season.
And he'll drive one to right center field, towards the wall, and it's gone! Off of Floyd, right to Crandall. His first chance and a throw to first in time. What a coach, what a program.
Now they give him the dunks. He gets number 200.
Now he's going to throw far side. Jordy's got it against the lead 40. Here comes Lockett. Look out. He can move. He was drilled by Reggie Walker. On the field, perfect throw. Pringle down the sideline. Touchdown.
We are groundbreaking educators, laser-focused on inspiring students and sparking solutions. We are dedicated professionals, keeping campus safe, accessible, and inviting. We have big responsibilities, entrusted with serving our community and world. We are Kansas State University faculty and staff, and we have many titles, but one vision: always put family first? What turns profession into passion, selflessness, integrity? You.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News.
Sports anchor Isabel Lobby has the latest in sports. Isabel?
Thanks, Grant and Tyler. It's been a busy week for sports. K-State women's basketball player Kindred Wiesman competed in the three-point shooting contest at Final Four events on Thursday night in Phoenix. Channel 8 reporter Matt Lucas has the story.
Women's basketball star Kindred Wiesman finished her college career last week with a swish after dominating the Marines women's three-point contest and the Shoe Carnival Battle of the Champions on Thursday night during the 29th annual State Farm College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championships in Phoenix, Arizona. Wiesman spoke earlier this week about the challenges she faced overcoming injury, travelling alone and studying to compete for her first time at the event.
I didn't take anyone, actually, but everybody was, after I made the half-court shot, I went over and looked at my phone because it was the time for the men's three-point contest, so I was like, I've got time to chill, and my phone was just blowing up, and I was like, oh, but it was, I mean, the adrenaline, it wasn't too bad during it. I feel like after and before shooting, it was the worst. Like, I was getting jittery, and so I just had to tell myself to just have fun. I mean, because that was the only reason that I was down there. I mean, I wanted to win it all, but that wasn't what was going through my head. The elbow wasn't something I was really thinking about while I was down there. I was actually studying for a test while I was down there. The morning of the competition, I have a test on Thursday, so I had to kind of start filling out my study guide, and I had missed the class that morning.
Wiesman, who holds a conference-high three-point record for the Big 12, shot to victory against her opponents last week before taking on Peter Jock of Iowa, where Wiesman won on a tie-break, a result both Wiesman and Jock wish to resolve in the future.
He's a great shooter, and he follows me on Twitter now, and he actually DM'd me, and he's like, I want a shootout, I want a rematch, and I was like, me too, like, I know I can shoot better than that.
But it wasn't just about raining shots down from the three-point line for Wiesman, who led her team to victory in the Be the Match team shootout after landing a half-court shot, something which is no easy feat.
Great! It was great that the women won. It was like the fourth year in a row now, I think. So, girl power.
At the K-State Ice Family Basketball Center, Matt Lucas, Channel 8 News.
Kindred Wiesman has not yet stated what her future plans are after college. K-State coach Bruce Weber will return for his sixth season next year after interim athletics director Laird Beach's announcement last Monday.
It's not the fans, it's the players and how you are ready to play the game, and it's got to be your defense. And
Coach Snyder met with the media earlier this week following the start of the spring season. The legendary coach spoke of the warming response he received since his diagnosis and updated the media on his condition before giving his opinions on the Wildcats' preseason preparation.
The treatment's just kind of going through the after effects right now, and then you get tested again in a while down the road, a few months. I can't tell you how many thousands of responses have come in. People are so gracious and so kind, and all across the country. Yes, I was, but I also understood it. I visited with Elijah and understood the background behind it and what led him to that, and so I, certainly wish him well, and I can appreciate his choice. Our first two practices I was very pleased with. I mean, they were upbeat, they moved rapidly, we practiced faster than we have for some time.
That's all we have for sports with this week. Now back to you guys at the desk.
And coming up, a Manhattan firefighter pays tribute to a fellow firefighter's life that was lost on 9/11.
Find out how after the break.
When I hear the phrase giving back,
it means an opportunity for me to do something for others.
Volunteering exposes you to different ways of life and different people around the world.
They teach you just as much as you teach them.
It allows you to understand the social issues that we face. The only people who can resolve those social issues is us, and that's starting with our community.
I think for me it means just really embodying what it means to be a part of that K-State family.
K-State athletics team with Courts for Kids, and we went to Costa Rica, a town called Leona Veja.
We went to Dallas to volunteer at Aid Services of Dallas.
I believe everybody should have education, and that's why I volunteer at a high school.
It's a family atmosphere, and we're here to take care of each other, and I think that K-State Proud and other things that students do really embody that family atmosphere that we've been taught since we got here.
What motivates Wildcats to give back?
Empathy.
Kindness.
You.
Knowledge is more than a piece of paper. It's being committed to leaving the world a better place, dedicated to limitless learning, conducting research that is tried and true, and then tried again, crossing disciplines, blazing trails, discovering better methods that lead to global solutions. What is the K-State graduate student experience? Unrestricted, proven, you.
A local Manhattan firefighter participated in a stair climb in New York City to pay tribute to a member of the New York Fire Department who lost his life on 9/11. Reporter Caitlin Sabert has more.
Louis Disney is a firefighter at the local Manhattan Fire Department. He quickly found his passion for firefighting after volunteering for the county for 10 years. Disney wanted to take on the challenge of becoming a full-time firefighter after training and finding his love for the job. Now Disney gets to take on another challenge while being a full-time firefighter. He climbs endless amounts of stairs to honor a member of the New York Fire Department, Michael Quilty, who lost his life as a first responder to the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001.
So every year, starting 7 years ago in Kansas City, they started doing a memorial stair climb for 9/11. 343 firefighters getting in full gear with SCBA bottles and either a tool or a high-rise pack, and we climb 110 flights of stairs. And then we do that for remembrance of all the firefighters that have fallen.
Disney has been climbing for Michael Quilty for 7 years, mostly at the Kansas City Memorial Stair Climb. However, his recent stair climb came with a bit of a surprise.
For the past 2 years, he has had the opportunity to do a stair climb in New York. This past year, he met the son and daughter of none other than Michael Quilty.
At the end of the climb this year, I was up top the tower and I was wearing his station shirt, and a guy just walked past me and asked if I worked for that station. And I said, no, this is for Michael Quilty, I'm climbing for him. And he goes, oh, that's my dad. And I was just kind of shell-shocked.
Disney will continue to be the best firefighter he can be and to always remember Quilty and his impact he has made. In Manhattan, I'm Caitlin Sabert for Channel 8 News.
Louis Disney will keep in touch with Michael Quilty's family and will always remember the impact the New York firefighter made on so many lives.
Tucker, can you tell us what to expect this weekend as far as weather and precipitation? It's been raining a bunch the past few weeks.
Yeah, so over the last 48 hours, Manhattan's gotten over an inch of rain, and on top of the last 2 weeks, that is just a ton that's saturated the ground. So while it is going to be nice this weekend, you know, mid-70s, both Saturday and Sunday, and some sun, it's still going to be wet. So if you're wearing sandals, you might get muddy. You might need to just be prepared to take a good shower after you're outside hiking the Kanza or out at Pillsbury Crossing.
It looks like that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for tuning in to Channel 8 News. We will see you next week.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at KSU Channel 8 News. Have a great rest of your week.
This is Channel 8 News.